Okay, so here we are along a little bike trail. Goes under a highway that surrounds the Denver metro area. It's a major thoroughfare on the highway system in America here in Colorado. So got this creek that I've studied a little bit east of here and west of here, and I'm on a different side of the river that I usually fish, and I'm just checking it out. One thing I did notice here that's really cool is some more evidence of tying, and there's this strand here. These two have been tied together. It looks like this grew here, and this is growing out of this tree. So they just happen to be coming together. No, obviously something snapped this or it broke somehow, but it's been tied together there. I don't know exactly why or what it all means, but just documenting, and I find that a lot. String ties with the Sasquatch and their structures and such. So didn't even really notice this piece of string in the first part I was filming over here. So somebody mentioned it's always broken, but looks like a couple breaks. Maybe a cut here, like these were together and it got cut. A couple loose ends though. So two cut, two broken. These were both broken that were used. That's not a surprise to me. Okay, moving on. Just found some rock stacks here. You know, hippie people, whoever want to do this, earthy people. Could be me, I just don't make them. I'm not saying I don't believe in a lot of things. You know, I probably have similar beliefs on a lot of people about things, but anyway, just thought I'd film these little guys. It's kind of cool. Right here, there's some big trees down to the left. I'm about to film. I'm going to wait till these people with the dog come walking by. Take some photos of this. This is kind of interesting. You've got this huge tree that's been placed in the crook of this other tree. But this recent bark removal is what kind of is intriguing me. With it being wet, I wonder if there was a little activation of some of the grubs and something came looking for food and opened this up. I'm not really seeing scratch marks if there were bears that were doing it, and there are bears coming down into this area looking for food. It's getting to be cold. It's the fall. It snowed a little bit in the mountains last night, I noticed on the Doppler radar. So something tore this bark off. Somebody, could have been somebody walking up here. I'm not really seeing a lot of marks and footprints though. If somebody were to have climbed up on here, maybe they just kicked it off. Not sure, but most people stick to the trail. It's wet in all this grass, and most people aren't wanting to get their shoes all soaking wet just to come over and play around. But this one's kind of cool. It's really big and it's up in the tree here, but I think there's a possibility maybe it could have fallen naturally. You know, it does look like it grew here, but this one right next to it is the one that kind of gets me, because it's coming up from here. I haven't really investigated to see what's going on, but there's this half split piece of bark or a piece of tree covering it, just like a little round cut, and it's going all the way up into this tree. And what's funny is if it had fallen, like this branch would be broken, and secondly, like if it's as old as it is and it had fallen, you know, within a few seasons or something, it may have came down and actually split this. The force of this tree falling, hundreds of pounds on that, I'm sure would break it. So I'm thinking this was placed up in here. Let me go ahead and take a look at the end of it. Yeah, it's a broken end. Just got in this little grove here. Just kind of looking around. Look at this. This is arched down and put underneath this broken one that's coming across here. Wow, they really got it like blocked off in here. This is weird. Oh man. See all the bark missing all up in this tree. I mean, it's not deer and elk rubbing it off that high. And then I noticed another bit here, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it's on this tree too. Oh man, look at this. Spine of a deer right here. I'm only rocking a pocket knife today. I'm gonna get it out for safety's sake. In case I'm in a mountain lion kill zone, not really for a Sasquatch. Dog man. Something I don't like to think about when I'm out here. It's always on the back of my mind. This is placed up here. Okay, I've fished this creek 100 times. There's a parking lot right through here. I think you can see a vehicle there. There's also a picnic area here and a bathroom. Coming up on the spot, looking for a structure. Looking, walking all over. Finally found a pretty decent one. That looks pretty good. So you can just tell this is deliberate construction. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Not at all. Look at it snapped here. Coming up. Meeting at an apex with one big one behind it. This long one up here. All this other stuff piled up like that. And then I wonder if it's the same Sasquatch. You know, I'm sure it's the same family that inhabits this this creek system. It's really not that far from where I found a lot of stuff. I'm searching all over the place and using a map and just trying to get an idea of where to go based on water and habitat, really forest and trees and such. This is cool. Sorry, I'm kind of just snapping some photos here while I take the movie. This is good stuff though. This is what I've been looking for. And it's funny, you know, I walked all around over here by the highway and up over here where there's, you know, where nobody goes. And I didn't find anything, but right here along the trail, we got Sasquatch building these little structures. Maybe this is the doorway. What is this term? I think it's like dolom. There are these like stone meditation rooms that they find over like all over the world, in India and Ireland, and there's speculation that they were made by the Nephilim, by the giants. They're, you know, just like Stonehenge, these big stone things that are of huge construction, but these are specifically like caves built like arches and like caves so that you can enter them, but you're in this stone cavern created by these giant boulders. I think it's doloms. I can't remember. I was trying to think of that word the other day and looked them up, and I just got frustrated and gave up on it. But anyway, this is quite a treat to be in here, in this little structure that the Sasquatch built. Pretty cool little spot, just a little lowland, dare I say wallow. But then you see this thing and you gotta kind of concur, you know? We got this little picnic area here with some benches, picnic table, a little charcoal grill, and right next to it we've got this structure. It's a bunch of sticks piled up here, and then this grass is a bit old, but it's been placed up in here to kind of create a little shelter or shade or whatever. But I just had a feeling where there's a spot where people convene that there might be a structure. And sure enough, I came over here and found this here. I mean, it's kind of compelling. Not 100% conclusive, but I mean, I doubt people stacked all this crap up in here. Unless you consider Sasquatch to be a person or people. And in that case, maybe they did. That structure is right there, but I'm wondering what's up with this bark removal. A little bit right there too, on this tree that's been ripped down from its perch here, and there's another bit of sticks that have been wedged up in this tree. So, it's a pretty good sign. Looks like something going on right here. Obviously the beaver are chewing things, but kind of a weird stick placement up there. And then this one's crossing it. This is up in it. Oh. That looks like it's fairly fresh. This looks like some sort of little construction, possibly. You know, you got this arch going across. A couple others perched up here. Oh, this is broken and wedged over the, kind of, you know, leaned over the top. Huh. Kind of cool though. What do you think? Really serene little spot. especially when it's like not a weekend. You get in here and it's nice and quiet. You get it all to yourself. That's rather interesting. Across the lake, or the river. See that tree just suspended? Right there. That's pretty cool.